Rick Small opened Woodward Canyon Winery in 1981. At that time, they were just the second winery in the Walla Walla Valley. Their theme was then and is today, quality versus quantity.
I was the second winery, and Leonetti Cellar was the first, and set this just remarkably impressive example for, I think, all of the rest of us that came after. But Gary Figgins and I are really, really good friends. We started making homemade wine together, and then I got serious, and he bonded. I helped him a little bit, and just got more involved in making wine, and at the same time decided I needed to try to plant some wine grapes. And so, you know, I was the second winery. LaCole came shortly after, and then Waterbrook and others. But I think the level of quality and the commitment to quality and the commitment to premier wine growing has always happened, and I give full credit to that to Gary Figgins, because he set the tone. But I said, boy, if I'm going to do this, I want to do it the same way he does, and because I can't see another reason to do it. I can't see another way to do it, but to drive for quality and continue always to strive for that. We're going to be running up to the top of Woodward Canyon, which is about 850 feet at the top. And so my family, I'm third generation here, and so my grandpa and my dad before were cattle ranchers and wheat farmers. He's not spoiled at all.
Larry.
The true story is I like to believe that I'm training him, but the fact is I'm teaching him, but in fact it's the other way around. He's totally training me.
So right now, this is a very, very busy time for you, obviously.
It's absolutely, it's busy, and you're up late. I mean, I didn't get a hold of my harvest crew until this morning, really, to be sure we were going to go today. And you know, it's a busy time. I mean, it's like taking finals for 2 months.
What happens when you're done with the harvest?
Well, getting it in is just that's part of it, and getting it all in the door, and knowing that you're not going to be subjected to any kind of weather variation. That is a huge deal. I sleep much better at night after that's over. But that doesn't mean that you're still finished. You still got pump overs and punch downs. You've got pressing and drops and pumping the wine into barrels and everything like that. But usually that's not so bad because it's all indoor work. But the intensity of the harvest and the crush is a time that, you know, I kind of dread it when it starts, and then when it's underway, it's almost like a narcotic.
It feels like it could be like that.
It's totally, yeah. I mean, espresso. I mean, you need espresso at all times of the day, and interestingly enough, you never have a problem going to sleep.
So Rick, you have a lot of people that have been with you for several years.
Sure. Oh, sure. Yes.
Tell us about the people.
Yeah. Well, I mean, a lot of these people have been here working for 5 and 6, but a few of the people, like Juan and Rafa and Kiko and Manuel, have been here as second generation people. Their dads were here. Their dads and moms helped me, and in fact, in Kiko and Manuel's case, their father still comes out and helps us harvest grapes.
Kevin had great things to say about your wine. I brought him along as my wine interpreter for the weekend since he knows this stuff, so he can kind of interpret it.
Sure.
But he had a lot of really good things to say about your wine. Tell us how you guys met. It's a good story.
Well, back when I was a freshman at Whitman, another person that worked for Rick, Mark Weideman, introduced us, and then I kept coming out to different winemaker dinners, and then we met again over and over at the Planned Parenthood auctions, and just developed a friendship.
I always remember once when there was this customer, and always it was Whitman College, and Kevin had this incredible palate. I mean, for someone who goes to Whitman, I understand that a lot of Whitman students are exposed to wine, their parents drink wine, and they grow up with wine on the table, and they just have grown up with wine. But I was incredibly intrigued about Kevin and his interest in wine, and so when I saw that, I was attracted to that. I thought that was a very neat thing, and I think I would agree with Kevin in everything he said about our friendship.
What is Walla Walla's best kept secret?
Well, I think Walla Walla's best kept secret might be, I don't know that I could say it's a secret art community. I mean, the cultural arts in Walla Walla are, to me, one of the real special things. We have some fabulous music here and some really, really beautiful art.
So you've said earlier today you have not made your best bottle of wine yet, and
Yeah.
I hope you never do.
Yeah, and I really mean that. I want to get close a couple times. And I've always tell people, one of the things people ask me is which one do you like best or whatever? And I say, well, you know, it's like your children. I mean, it depends on what time of day or what month or whatever, which way they are. But I've loved my work. But there's so much I don't know yet. There's so much that I've got to learn. I want to get close, but I never want to make the best wine.